Hey everybody, it's your girl Star, and today I have the one and only BearFeezie.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How y'all doing out there? It's your boy BearFeezie. Follow me Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. BearFeezie for folks who don't know how to spell BearFeezie. IE at the end.
But once the case
You know
fails,
what I mean? Who ain't up on me this real one yet? You know what I mean? I'm gonna put y'all on game.
right,
Amen.
man. BearFeezie, me, I like to call you the Martin Luther King of rap.
Amen. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Your music, to me, it gives me a different sound when I listen to your music. I think you more like the modern J. Cole,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know.
I like them comparisons. I listen to J. Cole.
All your
Kendrick.
music it usually has like a lot of substance to it.
I try.
So
I
where do
try.
you get your motivation and influences from?
Just by living, growing and, different circumstances that I done went through and been around and made it through, overcame and it and different music that I listen to. Like I said, I listen to J. Cole and Jay Z and Kendrick Lamar's and folks who I feel like Tupac, folks who I feel like got substance. So that's what I just try to make it about, man. I try not to be too preachy, because that'll run folks. They're like, oh, this nigga here. But you know what I mean. But other than that, I just me what I'm going through. I don't wanna. I feel like as the original man, like when you read in the Bible and they say and they talking about men in the Bible, they talking about black folks. So as the original first people who was here,
Mm-hmm.
we got a bigger responsibility, you know what I mean, than everybody else. So I try to make sure I'm taking that responsibility, like treating everybody like my children, you know what I mean? If I wouldn't, if my children, if it's something I wouldn't tell my child to do, you know what I mean, I try not to say it.
So you try to you try to put that in the music
I do.
and so
I do.
you try to practice what you preach and put it in the lyrics.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Of course, there's some stuff that I done went through that I wouldn't recommend for nobody, so I gotta be truthful. You know what I mean? We all fall short of the glory,
Right.
but I try to, just, what I mean, walk it how I talk it how I walk it.
Yeah. And we go way back.
Yes, ma'am. For real, dog.
So,
For real.
with some of the artists and their lyrics, they do say a lot of things that they haven't actually lived through or they really ain't about their life.
Right.
Now, me, I know personally, I can vouch,
Yeah, amen.
that your lyrics, you have been through it and things like that.
Yeah.
And I know personally, I've seen you grow, from a boy to a man.
Yeah.
So, tell me a little bit, about your journey.
Um, really, man, just growing up in North Dallas is where I feel like I became a man at, and running a few blocks and ripping and running and running and ripping, and the surroundings that I'm in. If you go outside and everybody in your neighborhood that you run into, if they building planes or they building skyscrapers, then most likely you're gonna become somebody that build planes or build skyscrapers.
Right.
But if you go outside and somebody is doing something else, and that's who you interacting with, then you're gonna, be a product of that environment. You're gonna do, what you see.
Right. Like they always say, one of the
Oh.
sayings is if you hang around 4 millionaires, then you'll be the fifth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But if you hang around four um folks that just chill and smoke dope, you just gonna end up chilling and smoking dope. Most likely. Now, Lord may touch you and you get on up out of there. So for y'all that's watching this, man, for you grown folks, a lot of grown folks just be chilling.
Hey,
Get your chilling ass from around them folks, man.
yeah, we doing
Real talk. You want to chill and drink and just talk. And yeah, you hang around folks, that's all they do, that's all you're gonna be. So yeah, when I was growing up, you know what I mean, I had to.
So I know that that there was times where you may have you did grow up around some people that was just chilling or
Yeah.
not on they stuff. So
Yeah.
what made you say that you want to be different from them and go on a different path?
I mean, it had to be because, well, first of all, I'm adopted. I mean, I never met my birth parents, so I always felt like, you know what I mean, I was special. You know what I mean? Like I ain't go through no what they call them group homes or child protective service or nothing like that. My the drug dealer actually took me from my mom and brought me home to his girlfriend who ended up raising me. That's why I call my mama. So after learning my story real early, my mama telling me what happened, how I got to her and stuff, I always felt like I was special in that. It was something like, man, I'm special. And I was always smart in school. And it's funny that you call me Martin Luther King because I actually won a Martin Luther King essay writing contest when I was in school, like the third grade. And I always felt like I was special. And every teacher that I was around, cause I love women, I love black women especially. But every black woman or every teacher that I was around that gave me, time and that I, didn't act up in their class, they actually seen some. So I was actually like, it was positive influences around me here in school, you know what I mean? And I started feeling like, man, I gotta do something. And they'll tell me, so if you see a child, man, that's doing something bad, and if you see something special in them, let them know, because that'll help them. So I would say good people, grown ups that was around me telling me, bro, you gotta do something. And the music too. And me seeing folks do music and seeing where music took people, I always be like, man, I can do that. I always been the guy that was beating on the table.
Yes, I remember.
and crowding around in a group rapping. Ever since I can remember junior high, even elementary.
And speaking of, being in a group, being on the table, rapping, all that, the attention that you got, that you enjoyed that attention that made you want to do it even more.
I did. I can say I did. And it's and that's what made me just want to get on the straight now. And then I had my children early too. So my oldest child was straight out of high school, and me not knowing my actual father or parents, I always knew I had to be there for him. So that was probably the biggest impact. Me having my children early, not to tell you supposed to have children early, but that definitely impacted me.
Yeah, it helps you grow up too.
Yeah, dude, quick.
And I know, speaking of your children, I know that you are a big family man.
Yes, ma'am.
I see that you was helping coach
Yeah,
team.
Hamilton Park Bobcats. Shout out to the HP Bobcats and Coach T. Look up the HP Bobcats on Facebook. If you got a Facebook, if you're in the North Dallas, Richardson, and any of those surrounding areas, and you're looking for a good youth football organization, they're doing basketball and football. I think they're doing starting baseball this year. So hit them up, man. Depending on what season it is, get your kids out the house, off that game, off them phones, and get some little activity in their life. Amen.
Let them get active.
For real though. But
so, I know that you have a new album coming out.
Yeah, I try to stay working. You know what I mean. I got a full family and a wife that come before, but I got some albums I'm working on. Me and Stola G, we have.
I know you got Drinking and Driving.
Yeah, that's a single that we got pushing. Y'all go stream that. YouTube that Drinking and Driving Stola G featuring BearFeezie. I like it.
I'll be banging it.
That's a highlight track right there. Life and Times of Feezie, Volume 1 and Volume 2, everywhere right now. So y'all go stream that. iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, whatever you got. And I'm going to do Life and Times Volume 3. I think I'm going to go all the way up to Volume 5 on that Life and Times of Feezie until I'm at that point where I just want to switch it. But that's going to be me. I'm a big Jay-Z fan, so
the way he did it.
Yeah, so I might go all the way up to like Volume 5 or something. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with start stepping.
Yeah, But I don't know. But next up, I'm actually gonna drop a joint project with Stola G, Escaping Roguish Circumstances. We both been going strong. We got our little separate fan bases, and so we sat down, and the most beneficial thing for us to do right now is to bring them together, and and the joint off that. Then the Drink and Drive and the response that it got, You know, so.
How's that? He's on a good cake, right?
Yes.
He's on your record label?
Yeah. Well, it's our record label. It's his record label too.
Oh, okay, so y'all had the record label together.
It started with me and my brother. Oh man, man, Lord be pleased with him. He died, and really I was done with rap. I felt like, man, I'm raising my children now. I'm living without rap. You know what I mean? I just bought my first house, and I was done. But he passed away, and I always, and then folks telling me, bro, you gotta do it. You know what I mean? And so I just got rejuvenated, and now I just got that motivation in me, and I know he's smiling down on me, and he keep blessing me because I see the growth that is every time I put a little bit in it. You know what I mean? It just give me more amp. So yeah, that's why I'm Good Cake ENT, man. We gonna put it in their face. Everybody, the whole world gonna get a slice.
I see y'all be having the sweatshirts and.
Oh yeah, we got the merch. We got the merch jumping, and it's just. You know what I mean? Whatever I put into it is like I get it like 5 times. So I just keep going with it. The merch. This me on my shirt.
I like that
album. Yeah, we got it. Well, Paul's been putting the website together. It ain't up, but Facebook me. Or I can mail it to you. Pull up on you if you're in the Metroplex. It's folks loving it, man.
Yeah, I see
that little baby. That little baby with the cake.
Yeah. Who is that baby?
That's actually my oldest son.
Is it?
Yeah,
that's
my
so
oldest
cute.
son, when he turned 1, his granny had took him to get some pictures taken, and I got it digitized by Butcher Boy. He made the logo up for me, and we've been running with it ever since.
So you gonna go to volume 5? So you gonna keep featuring your son, or you gonna keep the baby? Or
yeah, that's the logo. That's the logo that's gonna be. But as far as the cover, that's I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I think on that third one, I actually because I got a son, my third child. His name Trey, so I think I'm gonna put him on the third cover. I just like music, man. Music bring all type of people together, and it goes everywhere without you having to step outside your house. You know what I mean? So, and then people learn from it.
They do.
People learn from it. Sometimes it's the wrong shit, but
Well, I know that you had your last project. You had a project with Puka Leroy.
I did. I just had a song with Puka, Mob Cake. And Puka hard, man. He one of the greats in the city that motivated me when I was at the whole ass job. And he was like, "Stay up out these streets. You gotta respect. You gotta respect somebody on the radio like that."
Right.
And shoot, if you listening and you know what I mean, you can whatever you doing, even if it ain't rap, you know what I mean. Whatever you doing, do it.
Right.
You know what I mean. And me as an artist, oh yeah, he touched my heart. You know what I mean, with tracks like that. And then my bro Ghost. He told me like, bro, you can get in there with Puka. I'm like, what? And then when I met him, and then the fact that he knew me, I was like, oh my God, I'm going places. For real though. It was.
I just interviewed him, and I can say he's very humble, very real good guy. Real good guy.
Puka Leroy got that. What was the name of that project that he put out? Keep That Same Energy.
Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all go stream that on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Bro been doing this thing for a minute. Yeah. Him and the whole mob, man.
He's a Dallas legend.
Yeah, for real.
You know, some people may try to sleep on him or whatever, but in the end, he's a Dallas legend.
For real, and for bro to, you know what I mean, reach out, because he didn't have to put me on nothing, you know what I mean, for him to respect my work, and you know what I mean, it just keep me motivated, you know what I mean. So for real, shout out to Puka, Leroy, and the whole Money Mob gang.
Shout out. And also, I know, growing up with Lil Will, I know y'all also did some work together too.
Free my bro Lil Will. He actually locked up right now. You know, going through them changes. But yeah, one of the biggest artists he probably, I don't know, bro, probably went the furthest as far as this Dallas scene. I know that Dougie hit the charts like when Lollipop when Lil Wayne was at the top of the charts with Lollipop, my Dougie was number 2. And and actually, it was a point of time where that Busted Open track was number 2, right up under a Millie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I grew up with Will, man. That's actually like my brother. Um, and actually, I was really um, one of, I wouldn't say regrets, but one of the decisions that I made that I'm not too fond of was he had put out that album after he had that Dougie had went up and did hella numbers.
Mm-hmm.
He had put out that album and I had this track called Motivator with me and him on it, and he reached out to me and he was like, man, I need to put this on the album. And my ass said no.
What?
My ass said no. You know, it was some.
You wasn't ready, or was?
It was, to be honest, man. It was some people that I was around that wasn't too fond of the decisions that he had made on his rap getting there, and they, you know, had an impact on my decisions, and because they weren't too fond of his decisions, even though that was my bro, you know what I mean, I want to say took their sides, but I was like, I gave him an ultimatum, like, bro, if you ain't so and so, then I don't want it on there. And shit, he ain't put it on there. You know what I mean? I couldn't, but I should have, cause now everything is, that shit is old and dumb, and they even got over they little,
Madness.
yeah,
Whatever
a little bout of whatever they were going through, and I should have put it on there. But you know, you live and you learn, man. You live and you learn. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. Don't let your feelings mess your situation up.
And
Cause you feeling some type of way.
And speaking on beef,
yeah,
North Dallas beef.
Yeah,
I know that there was some rumbling in the streets about Lil Will in Spain.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was. Spain. I actually called Spain. Spain served in 15 for some more stuff that he got into. You know, being young and uneducated. They got past it. They did have a little falling out. You know what I mean? When you running through this money and everybody on your side and in your ear, trying to really put their best, you know what I mean, put their interest on it, you know what I mean, you lose track of what's, you know what I mean, the plan. You lose track of what's important, you lose track, you know what I mean. One of the reasons, you know what I mean, my bro had to go sit down for a minute, you know what I mean, but yeah, they had a little something, but it's over.
Yeah.
It's
you know, Spain, he was getting ready to talk to his doing little dance and stuff in the videos.
Spain he really had started as an artist too.
Yeah.
And but yeah, they had fell out for a little minute. But yeah, that's all now too. Folks grown with kids, and it really was some kiddie stuff. Some he say, she say, and you know how it go. You get around folks, they'll put that key in your back, and you would be going.
Yeah. So, those are some of the artists that you have worked with. Is there any local artists that you haven't worked with yet that you may want to work with in the future?
I mean, I'm really open to work with anybody. Who I feel, who I want to work with in the city. It's a dude named Uno Loso. He out the Cliff. I mess with him. I mess with his tracks. In the city, who else doing anything? I'll get on Mo3, Yellow Beezy. Who else doing anything? I can't really think right now. But anybody, man, who music I like, I just can't really, I'm on the spot. But yeah, there's a lot of folks in the city who I mess with their music real tough. Lucci, of course. Lucci.
We know he a North
Dallas
legend.
He a legend. I do. Yeah. Lucci just got out. Welcome on to Lucci.
Yeah, shout out Lucci.
Yeah, Lucci just got out. I actually, man, Lucci another one. He had heard my song. It been a minute back, and he gave me, some motivation to keep going. Cause he seen me like, nah, you Bird. Like, man, I had never heard you, and he had heard. Matter of fact, that track that I was supposed to put on Will album that I didn't, he had heard it. It was called Motivator. He had heard it. He was like, man, I had never heard you rap, bro. You go hard, bro. And man, so yeah, I gotta do something with Lucci, for real.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. Because both of y'all got that fast flow too. So
well, Lucci hard.
That'll be something
for real. Lucci one of the hardest, especially from the D.
Yeah.
Done put in the most work and everything. Him, Pookie, the whole Stony Crook fam is one of them ones that you were like, you know what I mean? When I modeled the good cake, I was like, dang, you know what I mean? Look how Stony Crook did it, you know what I mean? So yeah. Shout out to Lucci and the Stony Crook fam, for real.
So, with your good cake, where do you want to take, that brand?
To the, you know what I mean? To the world, man. Long as I can basically it's my business, you know what I mean? Cause we need businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Us it's like, what they call it, integration. It's like when they allow black folks and Caucasians to integrate, all the black businesses shut down. And
we had Black Wall Street.
yeah, man, it was a black football league, it was a black baseball league, it was a black basketball league. So now if you look, I don't want to preach. If you look, man, at how much money the NBA made, on how much money the NFL made, if you look at how much money these folks is making, and and they making it off the fans, the folks who filling up the stands and buying the jersey. Now who jersey and who you think these folks come to see? These folks come to see LeBron James and R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? These folks come to see us.
We lost a good one.
For real. So if we had our own league, that'd be, you know what I mean? It's just so much money we got robbed of. So basically, I'm just trying to take it to the world. I want it to be the biggest brand ever. You know what I mean? I want it to be a Rockefeller, no limit, cash money. You know, I just want it to be, because I know it can, because I know I'm talented, and I know the folks around me is talented, and I know, I know what to do, what to say, how to say it. And so it's gonna go far. I just gotta put my work in. Sometimes I'll be just looking at my life and I'm like, damn, why I ain't reached that point? But it's cause I never had a doubt. You know what I mean? I always felt like I was the man. I didn't need to.
You already knew.
Yeah, I didn't need to prove it to nobody, or cause I always been. You know what I mean? Like I say, ever since. You know what I mean? I knew my story ever since my mama told me where I came from. I just felt chosen and felt blessed and so I never felt like I had to prove it. And that's what it is. That's what you got to do when you trying to put together something, make something go from little to big. You got to prove to the whole world that is worthy. And I never had that or felt like I needed it. But now, I know what to do now. I just got to get it out there and tell the world.
But even with, starting black businesses and us having our own things as black people, we have to learn to stand and be united, and that's a big thing.
Amen.
Because a lot of people are not standing and being united.
Amen. It's difficult, and I'm gonna tell you, it go all the way back. It go all the way back to when they used to tell you, like, don't trust the house nigga and the field nigga. They broke that trust. And
even separation by color.
Yeah, the light skin.
Yeah, and it's still a big thing.
And the dark skin. Yeah,
it's still a big thing these days. And that's how they separate us. They use that to separate us.
And that's still. And see, a lot of things is passed down through generations.
Curses.
Yeah, and memory is actually in your genes. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's coded in you. So even though nobody actually had to teach you that, if it was in your bloodline and folks was acting like that, it's in you. You know what I mean? If you don't unlearn and relearn and learn the realness, it'll affect you, your child. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's already in us. You know what I mean? To be like that after a minute, it just the cycle just continues. So you just gotta break it. But yeah, and then go back in it. So if you ain't taught, you know what I mean? And then in the music too, in the movies, in like our media, they gonna tell you. Like if you hear a song, when you see folks who look like you question it first. You kind of clutch your prayer. You let your windows up. You let your windows up and lock your doors. So it's programming.
But it is programming. And it's funny that you said that because, you know, us as black people, I've heard people say, you know, I don't feel comfortable around a group of black people. And it's so sad that we don't feel comfortable around our own. Yeah. And we go around a different color of people and, you know what I'm saying? And you feel comfortable. That is not how it should be. And that goes back to the decoding. The coding.
It's coded in you. You know, but, you know, us talking about it and folks continue to learn and break that cycle. I feel like we guys people. So we don't, you know what I mean? We got to go through because another thing, if you, like, if it was if I was trying to sell you a vacuum and I just brought a vacuum and the floor was already cleaned up, I was just trying to sell it to you. This vacuum work. Look at this vac, man, on everything. You're going to be like, all right. But if this floor was dirty and I brought a vacuum in here and then I sucked up that shit, you like, damn, that's a cold ass vacuum. So a lot of times, it gotta be dirty. The situation gotta be fucked up for you to realize what's good. You know what I mean? The situation gotta be uneasy. It gotta be messed up for that. You know what I mean? For them folks to come in and clean it all up. Like, damn, that's God right there. You know what I mean? For you to recognize who God is. The situation got to be messed up, and unfortunately, it's messed up right now. But, you know, we got to go through it to learn. Real.
And, you know, speaking on, you know, trying to prosper, you know, as a black community and things like that, you have your own business, Good Cake Entertainment. Yes, and, you know, I'm trying to do my thing here. Yes, Stars 5-star click.
Yes, ma'am.
So, you know, it's good that we start our own businesses and we start generational wealth. You know, keeping it in the family, credit, and, you know, different things like that. It's stuff that we should have been taught.
Amen. Because all I was taught was get your ass a job. That's all they told me. Get a job. You know what I mean? And for a minute, I ain't gonna lie. That's all I knew. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I don't want no damn job. And then so that's why you go to
they
a job.
Give you motivation.
Yeah, folks looking at you and you like, I don't feel comfortable around these type of folks. Like, hold on, I don't want this. I don't like it here.
So you had to, you had to learn that there was an in between. There is another way.
For real, it's too many ways, man. With these computers, with these phones, man, you can sell so much stuff. Even if you don't feel like you have a talent to sell, I mean, you can sell. You can buy stuff for the low. And sell it like when you go into a furniture place, the dollar store. The dollar store, they buying that stuff for $0.25 and selling the shit for $1.
Well, see, one thing that I see about us as a people is if you look at it, Chinese people, they got the nail shops, you know what I'm saying?
Everywhere.
You know what I'm saying? Vietnam people, they got they selling the hair.
Her donuts.
Yeah, they got all of
they
that.
They gonna get everything.
You know, the white people, they pretty much got corporate America. You know, the Arabs, everything. They got the corner stores, everything. Yeah. But black people, we don't really have anything that's labeled in, you know, just straight up pretty much ours.
And that's how you know, I'm glad you brought that up. That's how you know we've been robbed.
We have.
That's how you know we've been robbed. So if you looking at this, man, that's why we have to stand in unity with each other. Because if I got $20, or you know what I mean, I got a little more than $20. if I got me $10,000, and she got her $10,000, and we get by 5, 6 more folks with $10,000.
together.
Now we can make us $100,000 business. Now we can, or we ain't gotta invest it all. Invest some. Maybe you gotta come together with some more. But that's why, man, I try my best to follow the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because you read the message to the black man. This is what he was talking about in the '60s, and folks just looking over it. And I ain't got no problem with you being no Christian, no Muslim, no Buddhist. I mean, I ain't got a problem with what you believe. Cause think about that. That's what you believe.
Right.
That ain't no, and I don't want to, but that's what you believe. But that's totally different from what you see. And if we all looking at the same thing, why are we talking about what we believe in?
Right.
That don't let that separate you from getting with your brother and your sister and coming together and making something happen. But yeah, that's how you know we've been robbed, and that's how you know these Caucasians that are in control, they owe us.
Yeah.
When these folks, when y'all go out and vote, y'all look for these folks who talking about reparations, man. Because if you see the Chinese, the Jews, they got reparations for what happened to them when they went through the Holocaust. And now reparations is big money to simplify, because folks don't know. It's big money that have been given to them Indians.
Yeah.
That's continued to be given to everybody.
Except
Continue month by month, they getting checks, big checks. You go to these casinos, we in Texas. You go down to Oklahoma, and to these surrounding areas, these Indians got big stuff that have been given to the current people because the older ancestors were wronged. So you see us in this situation that in, they're like, oh, look at Oprah. Y'all got money now. No.
But another thing is that we're so divided as a people.
Yeah.
We don't stand together and go after what is rightfully ours.
But we gonna do it.
We gotta do it.
It's gonna take some time, because folks don't know.
But it's been a long time. You talk time.
But it ain't been that long.
It's been years.
But we were down. Look how long we were down.
We were down.
We were down 400.
And that's why
we were down 400 years. We just now been in this situation about a good 40. Like if your grandma, your great grandma still living, they can tell you it was a point where they couldn't even go to school with Caucasians.
Yep.
So you know what I mean? It ain't been that long. If we talking about some hundreds of years of a beatdown, and we ain't gonna stand up in a minute. If, you know what I mean? Because that's how long it been. These little 40 years it been compared. Probably 50 years now. What is 2020?
But I mean, you still got to think too. Just like the Indians, they had their land taken away from them and stuff like that. It's still been about the same amount of time. We just got to stand up and go and get what's ours.
Nah, the Indians was just That's what made me believe it's something bigger. Why they won't do these folks right? It's something bigger, but I don't even want to get into that.
Cause we know who we are.
They don't want to.
You know what I'm saying?
It's something bigger. Why they don't want to? They done did right by everybody.
You know we the Moors.
Yeah, they done did right by everybody. But then when it comes to these folks, they just want to look over it. But
And speaking of when you were saying, if this person got this amount of money and this person got that amount of money and putting it all in a big pot, that is what other races do. Absolutely. Actually, they will put their money together. Mm-hmm. They will go and they will help this person start a business. And then when this person gets their business off, then they put money into that pot. Amen. And then they help the next person start their business.
I'm glad you say that. Teach.
And it keeps going.
Teach, sister.
So we need to come together and have something like that so that we can have generational wealth for our kids and our kids' kids and their kids.
I agree. I totally agree.
So
I don't know if that was a question, but I ain't got nothing to say about that. You absolutely right about that, man. That's how it is. And like even these I don't know what to call them. I don't want to call them, but them folks that own the 7-Eleven and that own all these stores in y'all neighborhood. Arabians. That's what they do.
That's exactly what they do.
That's what they do. And that's why you go into that store. And as soon as a new one open up, it's another one. He got another one, a cigarette plus. He's selling gauze.
And not only that, you know, they have the hotels and things like that too. Yeah. And if you ever really pay attention in those hotels, they have their family working. Absolutely. They gonna have their grandma, their sister. They gonna have a baby in the back room in their sleep, and they gonna work until they can't work no more. And they all do it as a family unit. Right. But you know, us as a people, we have a hard time even living in the same house together. Mexicans will go and pound the house together. I don't care if it's 25 people in there, but they gotta sleep on the floor.
They stacking. You wondering why big ass truck, by 12 big ass truck,
and they nice.
And you in a Nissan.
I'm telling you,
you like, damn, so big. I ain't get that 2018.
And you know, you have all the rings on, the pointed toe shoes.
Yeah, they in that bitch stacking.
Yeah, because they can live together. They can cohabit. And not only just them living together, they gonna work together too. They gonna get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, all of them jumping in their truck and they going to work.
And that's one of the downfalls from integration. Cause now we've been included in the so-called included in the American society for so long that we feel like we are a part of it. These folks are coming in from the outside with clear vision of we ain't going here to make no friends.
That's right.
We ain't going in here to try to outlive or to look over there at the Johnsons and we want to be we going in there with a vision, a plan, and we sticking to it. These next 3 to 5 years, we're going to have to just stack.
That's right.
These next 2 to 3 years after that, then you can start branching out and getting your own homes and stuff. But you know what I mean? That's one of the setbacks of that integration, because you start feeling like it's over, you included, you can vote, you can go to their school, you can drink from their water fountain. I don't know how the hell you want to close down your restaurant because now you can go eat. But you know, man, I ain't going to talk. But because now you can go eat at their restaurant. So now you don't even want to eat over there. Yeah. You don't want to eat at your own people's shit.
And they usually don't even want to get their stuff.
Still. But you know, that's how another reason, man, you got to get out your feelings. Because you don't want to be in a situation where I don't want to, I only want to deal with black folks, or I only want to deal with folks of my kind. It ain't about I don't like a Caucasian person or another type of person. It's the fact that I'm looking at my people and I'm looking at your people, and your people don't grow up like this all the time. Your people ain't. You looking at apartment complexes, it's probably one cool white dude for every 100. You know what I mean? And you like, why they not over here? Why they don't have to go through this? What done separated us in all this time where I go out here in this neighborhood in Frisco and that gated community open up and these cribs is big as hell. Now I got me a nice little crib now.
You do. Shout out.
But I go down the street and Lord have mercy, I just ain't nothing. Yeah. I'm just now realizing that this is an accomplishment that's attainable. So you go over there and you're like, damn, is they smarter? Mm-hmm. Do they work harder?
What are they doing that I'm not doing?
But it's you done been wronged and you done been lied to and you done been uneducated about shit that 7, 8-year-old can learn. Yeah. Now that's gonna bring me into this credit. These folks ain't even got no money, man.
Yeah.
They got some credit.
They got credit.
They got credit. And I went to school and I was one of the smartest. I like to say I was one of the smartest, but I don't want a few. You know, got a few high scores on TOS tests, and they gave me a bike one year, and I won a Martin Luther King writing contest. Mm-hmm. I went all the way through school. They gave me my diploma, and I walked across the stage, and I learned how to do algebra and X equals Z if X plus 2.
And don't need none of it.
And they didn't teach me about no damn credit.
Yep. They don't teach you the things you need to really know.
And they didn't teach my mama. Because I know if my mama would have knew, she would have taught me. They didn't teach my mama.
Yep.
They didn't teach my granny. Because I know if my granny would have knew, she would have taught my mama, and my mama would have taught me. They didn't teach my granny.
Exactly.
So why is this information being withheld from us?
Exactly. And that is a big
That's
thing.
cold-blooded, bro. You can't do no people like that and got the nerve to talk about it's equal now. No, it ain't. Because when you stop them people from even reading 60, 70 years ago, or when 100 years ago, when slaves couldn't even read, they couldn't attain no information, you would be whipped from reading, and now all of a sudden it's okay. They don't know how to read. How they gonna teach their kids some proper information?
Right.
And their books was worn out in the all black schools, and they took that information and withheld that. They cold blooded with that, man. Credit, man. If you ain't got your credit right, man, get on you some Credit Karma or some what's the other one? Experian. Yeah, Experian app. And hey, them 600s, them 500s, them can be turned to 7, 8, 900 real easily, man. And a lot of folks don't even got credit.
Yeah.
And that's
and I mean, speaking on credit and things like that, a lot of people aren't taught about credit and stuff like that. But another thing is that with other people, other races and things like that, they save, they invest, they also it's another saying where the most down dressed person is probably the richest person in the room.
Amen.
And some of our people, we like to be flashy.
Like to
you
look
want to
the
go,
part.
yeah, you want to go get the newest J's. This, you want to go get some Versace shades. You ain't got $5 in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing too. You're trying to outdo the next man, and you really ain't even got nothing. But what you really need is, on that paper, get your credit right. And get your pockets right,
a true education.
Yeah, and invest.
That go back to that programming too, cause growing up, you would look on TV, and you probably rarely see a black doctor or a black, somebody that look. Representation is very important, cause before you achieve it, 90% of the people have to see it. But what you are seeing are music artists, and entertainers, music, movies, entertainers well dressed. You know what I mean? Or showing off their new jewelry or watch or house.
So that's what make you.
So that's what make, cause that's where you see you. You're like, oh, everybody love him. Look what he got on. Look, you know what I mean? Look how he living. And you know what I mean? So it's typical like that. So representation. So we need black-owned networks. You know what I mean? Because BET can't do it by themselves. And you know what I mean? We need like a whole network where all day. You know what I mean? Shout out to Diddy. And more than an entertainer, because most of the time you only see yourself as a music artist. You know what I mean? You're only seeing when you're looking for yourself on television or on the YouTube.
And a basketball player.
Or a sports, exactly.
Player,
or a sports star. So, you know what I mean? You don't see a black scientist.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or somebody. So, and that's where it going to. Because, every time you see yourself, he got on something nice. He ain't
when
reading.
You see somebody that looks like
you know what I mean? So, and you be looking for that, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times it's a young man, you know what I mean? His parents are at work, you know what I mean? Because you got to work to pay the bills, and he, you know what I mean? A lot of times you teaching yourself more than someone is teaching you, and you know what I mean? You learn from looking at stuff, and when you see somebody that look like you, like, oh, you fresh, man. I'm finna get me a job so I can get some shoes like that. I'm finna get me a job so I can get a shirt like that, and so I can get the girls, or and vice versa. So dudes just think I'm pretty, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we just gotta, unfortunately, we gotta teach ourselves, cause ain't nobody gonna teach on that, cause they want you to continue being a customer, and where they continue to have a big business, and and they done slash their name on it, and it's the same shit that you could actually slap your name on and sell it. But because they been big hustling since back in the gap, like Gucci and all these names that I can't even pronounce, since they've been big hustling and they kind of cornered the market. Now they can sell a regular T-shirt for $500. But shout out to Kanye West. See, Kanye West did the same shit folks been doing.
So you like Kanye?
I love Kanye. He ain't never did nothing to me. But what I'm saying is that when he put out his little clothing line or his shoes, he's selling that for $500. Folks want to talk down on him. I don't see nobody saying nothing about Gucci. Or he ain't the only. He the third person that done sold this shit for $500.
I don't think it's.
Everybody else selling that shit for $500. Why he can't sell it for $500?
But it's not that he selling it. That it's $500 is what he's selling, because he be selling like the shirts with the holes in them.
Yeah, that's style. Let me tell you.
The clothes, the bum clothes.
If I can take this shirt off and sell it more for $500, I'ma sell it for $500.
I think, hey, if it sells, it sells.
It sells.
But that's what people.
But we need to stop that. Cause standing in unity is keeping your negative comments to yourself, especially about your brother. Especially about a man who doing something that Caucasians been doing now. If he was robbing and stealing, that's wrong.
Yeah.
But this man making an honest living. If he can slap anything on anything and sell it for $1 million, brother, teach me how to do that. Cause I want to do it so bad. I swear. Well, I don't care what it is. If I can slap something on it and it's gonna boom, Lord have mercy.
I mean, a lot of people think that Kanye is crazy. They think he lost his
You better
mind.
check the Forbes list.
But
you think Kanye crazy? Google the Forbes list and see who one of the top paid entertainers in 2019.
I mean,
I
I
bet
think
you be at the
that
top.
Kanye is a very smart individual.
Strategic man.
Very smart.
Very smart.
But
you better look. I'm telling you, check where that money going to. I ain't just talking. Check who made the most money. I think he did he put out an album in 2000? He put out that gospel album in 2019.
Yeah, his gospel thing.
Put out that
what you think about that? Him doing the gospel?
I like it. I heard it. I listened to it a couple times. I mean, it ain't one of his best albums if I had to, but I mean, it was cool.
So it was a whole album of gospel?
The whole album of gospel was hard too. I listened to it a few times, but I'm not a big gospel person. I mean, I like, there's some songs out there that'll touch you, but I don't just ride around jamming gospel, so I didn't get that many. But I listened to it a few times. The album before that he put out, I forgot the name of it, was hard. That I listened to, got a couple tracks off that on my playlist. But man, I think Kanye West is very talented, very strategic.
Yeah.
Cause the stuff that he doing, if you look at it, ain't nobody else did it. Nobody else slapping nothing on, selling no $500 Yeezys. Come on now, Jordan. The folks done jumped all across the gym. They didn't sell nothing for $500.
They
jumped out the real top. LeBron ain't going over 150. Nah, that's where Kanye. Come on, man, folks. I remember Jay-Z and 50 Cent put out shoes. Them all 69.
What was that called?
Some S. Dot Carters and some.
Yeah.
And 50 Cent had them all was like 69. Hey, Kanye came out for 500, 300, 400. What? Come on, man. That's what Kanye is the man. For real. Come
Shout
on.
out to Kanye.
For real. Come on, man. That boy have some joggers. 300. Stop playing with Kanye. Stop playing with Kanye.
Put him on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, speaking of Kanye, he does have his little empire.
Yeah.
A big empire. Jay-Z, he has his big empire with his music and Rockefeller, stuff like that. So, I mean, they doing it big for the people too.
Yeah.
So, are you a Jay-Z fan?
I'm a big Jay-Z fan. Jay-Z was the first, because I grew up listening to, you listen to rap. Rap is, a big thing since I was young. And Jay-Z is the first artist where I actually recognized that he was telling his life story. I actually listened to his CD, and actually I got the CD. Somebody had stolen a car, and I got the CD player and shit out of there. They were trying to sell it, and
And the CD was in there.
The Jay-Z album was in there. The Blueprint. It was a Cameron album, and I listened to it. I'm like, this nigga. He is telling, you know what I mean? That's when I first started. I used to just be rhyming. I always rap as far back as I can remember. I used to just be rhyming. But when I heard that Jay-Z album, I was like, he is telling a story. Actually, Jay-Z, I say my favorite artist. If I had to choose an artist of all time, I'd say Jay-Z your favorite artist. For real though.
So he's pretty much the one that taught you how to rap with some substance.
Yes.
Don't just be saying some stuff that
saying anything. He the one that taught me that for real though.
That's what's up.
For real though. Shout out to Jigga man. One of the billionaires in the game. Who I know he got a lot of pressure on him, man. That boy got some money.
Yeah, he do got some money.
Him and his wife. Lord bless him. Lord bless him. We on our way though, Jigga. For real though. I'm gonna have that meeting with you, see what we can get.
That sit there, huh?
Mm-hmm. For real though.
Well, you said to sit there. I don't know, sometimes they say it takes a lot to get to the top.
Take a lot of hard work, man. Folks be they'll say anything, man. Cause another thing they do is that when you done been beat down so much and your people done been beat down, it's hard to imagine somebody that was beat down just like you reach that height.
Yeah, to see somebody like you,
know what I mean?
To be that big.
To reach that height, you like, that nigga gotta be
Illuminati.
Yeah, that nigga gotta be doing something. Who let that nigga go? Yeah, folks go, but you know, man, when it comes to that, you know what I mean? Cause like, I quit my job, man. I appreciate you, God, for putting me in this mind frame, in this situation. But, man, when I used to get up and go to work, you know what I mean? I used to have to drop my kids off, leave my kids with somebody. You know what I mean? I probably try to put me some overtime in, me and my wife. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you away from your children. Mm-hmm. And you done basically sold your soul. For that little $23 an hour, or some of y'all making $12 an hour.
10.
You know what I mean? Some folks making $7.50 an hour. I think minimum wage. I don't know, but everybody got a price where they gonna put what they love, who they love, on the back burner while they go get them some money. Now, what you willing to do? You know what I mean? I done seen folks riding on the back of dump trucks and folks in the freezer. Folks go lift boxes. Folks talk on the phone to customers about some shit they don't give a damn about. Folks at the drive-thru. Now, some folks got a bigger price. That $23 an hour ain't gonna hold them. They gonna need some millions for that. Now, I can't tell. I ain't been in one of them rooms, so I can't tell you what they doing.
What room?
What the room that they say they be going in. One of the Illuminati rooms. I ain't been in one of them rooms. Real talk. But some folks got a bigger price and they willing to do a whole lot more. But the thing is when you trying to get somewhere, you gonna do whatever it takes to get there. So if it mean go mop some floors, if it mean go answer the phone or go pick up some trash, man, you got to get in your mind where you trying to go, and I mean, pray and ask the Lord to help you keep your morals and your righteous beliefs intact. That's all I can tell you. But I don't know. I know the devil real. Wickedness in the world is real.
It is real.
It's real, and you see these folks at war and folks dropping bombs and sending missiles, and there's some wicked folks out there, man. And I believe they're the folks with the money. So I can't really tell
They the
you.
folks with the money.
They the folk with the money. So they fuck around and be wicked and trying to hold folks by strings. But I honestly believe, man, if the way folks be talking, I just seen like a Instagram post of Diddy at the Grammys, and he was talking that black talk.
Yeah.
You talk black to me when you talk black to me. You know what I mean? You got my ear.
But do you think? Cause like same thing. Like sometimes I do hear, some of the higher ups. I do hear them talking pro black and
Yeah,
sound like they want to make a change and things like that.
yeah.
So even with them talking like that, I
That's
still
what I'm
think it's
saying.
some strings being pulled.
I mean, the black man is God. I'm gonna tell you that.
Okay.
When you
I
see the
agree with
black
that.
man, you looking at the original. His DNA is in everybody DNA.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm very. I mean, you definitely have to be mindful of the ones that came before and deceded and you know what I mean, and got a little conniving way and snake their way and ratted their way up through some stuff.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe, man, that you know what I mean, folks is out here standing stiff. You know what I mean? For every um, snake or you know what I mean, it's one that's standing still.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know they out there. You know what I mean? They out there trying to pull some strings on, but you know, man, folks is waking up.
Yeah. They
It's
are.
that time.
They really are.
It's really that time, and I want folks to keep this in mind when them articles come out. You know what I mean? Them news. Oh, he got caught doing this. That's how you know who. You know what I mean? Because folks gonna try to bring you down, and folks probably do got some information on folks and trying to hold it against them, and you got to do this. I believe that. You know what I mean? But folks standing still. So just be mindful of that when articles come out. Don't just be quick to judge and down talk and you know what I mean, belittle somebody when you see something like that. Cause man, it's some wicked folks out here trying to do something, but God is real too. I
Yeah.
always know that.
That's
I don't
right.
give a damn who it is, who got some money, or they ain't gonna stop. You know what I mean? What God got planned. So you know, just if you going through that, if you feel like you trying to make that decision on whose side you want to be on, man, God is real. You better believe in it. And I don't care what you want to call him or, you know, how you pray to him, but it's the same one. Don't get it confused.
Right.
For real though, but, you know, real, wicked is wicked and the truth and the real is the real. You know, just make your decision what side you going to be on. They gonna try to put your ass in that room. They gonna try to put
I ain't
that room.
going. I ain't going
They
in
have
the
what they call them a ritual. Nah, man, you
But
know.
they say it's like with some artists, that's why they stay underground.
Cause there's money underground,
Yeah, you
man.
can get a lot of money
Shout
underground.
out to Slim Thug.
Zero.
Yeah, one of the original millionaires after Trump.
Yeah.
I like seeing Slim Thug on Instagram too. I'm like, man, that nigga got all that money,
Mm-hmm.
independent. Like, damn, Thug.
Yeah.
Real time. There's a lot of motivation out here. Bro's been getting money since been getting money, and now, you know what I mean, bro be big flipping houses and investing. I'm like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Thug.
Is that how you so you feel that being independent is the best way to go?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Especially for me right now. You know what I mean? Until that record label call with that big check, and I'm like, fuck independent now. But yeah, especially for me right now, is what's working for me. But you know what I mean? As long as I be able to stay control of my artistry and rap about what I want to rap about and put the message out that I want to put out. Yeah, it's you know, if somebody like Jigga or some kind, but you know, a label.
I like how you threw that out there.
But you know, a label that I wouldn't mind working with
Who?
is QC. QC, P and Coach K over there, where they got a little baby. Who else over there? Migos, Lil Yachty. They got. I like how they work. I like what they do for their artists. All that artists, City Girls. All that artists just
They
Just
doing
bubble.
it right now.
Real talk. I like artists just bubble out of nowhere. They like the new Cash Money records right now. Like everybody just doing their thing. But yeah, shout out to QC. But yeah, man, it's some labels out there I wouldn't, you know what I mean? It ain't a no go, but independent where I got my own. If I do sign, I'm gonna sign my record label where we got like a distribution deal and we get some money together. I ain't just gonna, let them rate me as an artist. But we gonna get some money.
And speaking of that, I know a lot of artists they do go into the business and they feel like they got their big break and they get that check and
Yeah.
they go and splurge and then in the end you see them a couple of years later they don't have no money
Yeah.
because the record label then did them in.
You gotta be. I mean, you gotta be educated or have somebody around you that's with some good financial literacy and just gonna guide you in the right perspective. But life is a journey.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
learn something every day.
You learn something every day, and sometimes when you had your money, you didn't know no better. You know what I mean? And hopefully you know what I mean. You get on track in time where you're able to, because I mean, if I would have had my shot a few years ago, like a lot of times I look and I'm like, damn, I could have been in that situation with my bro Will, and like, damn, I should have put that song on there. But if I would have, it wouldn't be no good cake. It wouldn't be my own shit right now. It wouldn't be this. You know what I mean? So everything happened for a reason, man. You gotta believe that and know that, and don't let nothing stop you. No decision from the past, and you know what I mean? No money that you blew. Like, man, I wish I still had that shit. You still gotta work, especially, what I mean? We out here making these children and folks is depending on us. So just learn from them and keep going. But it's too much access right now. Like I can upload my song on my phone.
And that makes it easier for artists to do their own
Yeah,
thing.
to reach out to the people. I can sell my own merchandise and these labels, they giving out these 360s where they want some of everything you do.
They want a piece of
Yeah, they want a piece of your show money and they want to sell your merch. And my God, damn, you got her working for them for real. But yeah, you might well could have got you a job.
So and with your good cake, um, would you see yourself maybe later on down the road maybe having some artists up under you?
Yeah, I can see that. You know what I mean? That's why I'm going with it. Once my money get, to the point where I feel comfortable, as far as investing in another artist, that's my bigger goal. Probably it's 2020 now. Give me 25. Give me a good um, 5 years in the game, 5 years of stacking this money, and I'm gonna sit back. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, put out other young up and coming artists who I feel like represent the brand well and that I like to work with. That's the whole goal, to just get bigger and let your money work for you where you ain't gotta jump and run back and forth on the stage and yell. That's the whole plan, is to develop something, have it so big where it just pay you. It just pay you.
So like outside of rap, do you have like any other genres that you may want to play around with? Like Boosie, he did that.
I jammed the shit out that blues album.
That blues.
Real talk. I think it was like on Thanksgiving that month. I was jamming the shit out that month. Like I think it was last year,
Yeah.
2018 Thanksgiving. For real, I remember jamming that. Them neck bones. Got them neck bones. Boosie stupid.
Hey, Boosie did
Yeah,
so.
top up with Boosie, man.
Boosie, I think he wanted to, play around with something.
Yeah, he did
Hey.
that, man.
But when you up there, you can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Man. I know he made some money off that month too.
Yeah, he did.
Probably a little R&B, like sang a little song. Probably
Sing a little song.
sang probably. I mean, you never know, man. Once you get in that studio and that right track, you vibe on it. But I know I can write. You know what I mean? I know I'll probably not be the one that's singing it, but I know I can write some songs like a mug. So
What other? I mean, what do you have like any other genres that you do listen to?
I listen to everything. Pop, R&B, gospel.
It could be like
Uh,
like a country song, like
I listen to a few country good tracks. Well, I can't name the artist, but I try my best to listen to make sure my ear is everywhere, so I can never know where your inspiration gonna come from. And I try my best to make sure to keep my ear everywhere. You know what I mean? Some folks be there, some little heavy metal I can't really get into. But sometimes, man, I got some good artists like John Mayer, and I grew up on him. Another one of my groups, what's that group with Adam? Um, uh, Maroon 5.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's 90s.
what I'm thinking,
I'm telling you,
Whitney
he's
Houston.
an Instinct fan.
Hell no.
Backstreet
Nah, I ain't getting on them Maroon 5. They ain't have enough soul. They ain't have enough soul. See, you listen to Adam. Adam really be singing. He don't be singing. He be singing. Uh, um, but I like women like Anita Baker,
classic.
Whitney Houston. I like little strong voices like that. I like that old school. What's his name? Otis Redding. See, my
Yeah.
mama had me up on folks like that. So.
You hear that on Saturday morning. You already know it's time to clean up. Pull out that bleach, that mop.
Real talk. Real talk. Try to stay in your room as long as you can.
Yeah.
Try
to play sleep.
Real talk. For real though, man. That's some good old day. But yeah, I like that. I like soulful. Little soulful folks who really touch you. You know what I mean? It's almost gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Real talk. Just that real. I like that good soulful stuff that's gonna touch you. Be like, man, I'm in the zone right now. Don't say nothing when she's saying it. Real talk, man. I try to keep my ear open to everybody.
So, like, whenever you do get ready to go in the studio, you get ready to write and stuff like that. Do you have anything that you like to do, like, to get ready to write? I know, like me, like I meditate a lot.
Yeah,
Stuff
see,
like that.
I need to get into my meditation, man. With these kids running around, man,
I'm
get
telling
my
you.
meditation off. Appreciate you for reminding me of that. But I can't really say anything specific. I gotta keep me some water,
Mhm.
and
Do you write? You write lyrics, or you just spend them on
I
time?
have to write.
You're a writer, okay.
You know what? I don't have to write. That drinking and driving, I didn't write that. I just went in and it was on the spot. Stoller had the song. I just really gotta feel it. A lot of times I don't be feeling it. I don't be feeling the music. I got so much going on. You know what I mean? I like to do the business, the merch, and I like to hustle. You know what I mean? And make the money. And you know what I mean? I got my family. I try to show my wife some attention. My children. Try to raise these children right. And a lot of times I don't be feeling like, rapping. But when I feel it, I feel it. You know what I mean? So that's really why it's taking these projects. So, but I'm finna hit them in February though with some nice hard tracks that I got coming out. And we finna do this Escaping Roguish Circumstances with Stola G. We finna do that one. That one finna drop. Hopefully February we give it to y'all. It really was supposed to be in January, but it's really ready. But we want to package it right, shoot some more video. But I guess really just when I'm feeling it, and I goes in. If I'm not, I'm not. I don't like to force it and I don't know.
That's good though. You
Really.
really ain't got nothing you gotta do before you go there.
No, not
Get
really.
to
As long as I feel it, it's I'm in there.
That's what's up. Well, I mean, we covered a lot
We
today.
did. I appreciate you
It's no
for
problem
considering
anytime.
me, for the little interview, man, and giving me your platform. It's up from here. For
No
real
problem.
though.
You got
keep doing your thing on these interviews, and
thank you.
after I sell 1,000,000 records, I'm gonna do, you know what I mean?
You gonna look out for me?
Yeah. You know, we come, do another one.
Of course.
Yeah, for real though.
Of course, before you even sell 1,000,000, we'll do another.
Yeah, 100,000.
Yeah.
Real time off this single. Start booming. Y'all make sure y'all go look at that drinking and driving everywhere on every platform. You know what I mean? Stola G and BearFeezie. Life and Times of Feezie E, Volume 1. Life and Times of Feezie E, Volume 2.
Got any more shout outs?
Appreciate it. Shout out to everybody trying to learn, man. Don't ever think you too old or too young to learn, man. You can be a millionaire early. You know what I mean? You can get you some money as long as you understand how to count, how to read.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Get you some money. Don't let nobody stop you from that. Shout out to everybody who just wising up and ready to make a new world out here, man. We definitely in need, man. Shout out to my mama for taking me in as a child. I'm so blessed and so fortunate. Shout out to my daddy for bringing me to her, and y'all keeping me, cause ain't no telling where I would have been. So shout out to y'all, man, and shout out to everybody in the world, Craig. Shout out to everybody, man. Good KKNT, we on the rise. Amen. Amen.
Alright, I appreciate you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, yes ma'am.
Alright, and it's Star from Stars 5 Star Click, and we out.